In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه من سن بسنكم الدين أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. This is your host Imam Jawad Ahmed, and we are in this new series called Mentoring New Muslims. As you know, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, people convert to Islam and the new Muslims are struggling always to learn the basics of the religion. That is where me and you come into the picture, that we as Muslims need to help our new Muslim brothers and sisters to learn the very basics of the religion, especially right after conversion. They are perplexed, they don't know what to do, how to pray, how to make wudu, what to do in the bathroom. What are these words in Arabic? So there's a lot of confusion. They take the Shahada with the enthusiasm and the zeal and fervor, but then we need to help them and facilitate for them to learn the basics of the faith and the practices and worship so that they can feel comfortable being a Muslim. And this new series is where we're going to be, inshallah, informing you how to mentor a revert. Anyone watching this video series from now will easily learn the basics and the traits and the characteristics required to be a mentor for a new Muslim. So let's start with the first part today, and that is, what are the requirements of being a mentor? Can any Muslim be a mentor? Can any brother and sister out there just start becoming a mentor, or are there any prerequisites for that? First thing, there is a prerequisite, because if you don't know the religion or the deen properly, how will you teach that to a newcomer, a new person? Therefore, the basic essentials of the ibadat, the worship, and the basic essentials of aqidah and belief system are the prerequisite for anyone wishing or willing to become a mentor. So before you become a mentor, you need to ask yourselves, do I know all the basics of the religion and the deen? If yes, then yes, most welcome. You can do mentoring for a new Muslim. If you have gaps here and there are things you don't know, then you should avoid mentoring a new Muslim, because that will make them further confused and perplexed about the faith. So therefore, a person who wants to become a mentor first needs to self-evaluate themselves, that do I know all the basic rituals and customs of the worships that are required in terms of salah, prayers, siyam, fasting, zakat, and hajj, so that if the new Muslim asks me, I am able to converse with them and inform them about that. The other aspect, besides this fundamental prerequisite, the other prerequisite condition is that you have to be a friendly personality. You can't be a dull, boring, depressing kind of a Muslim, because that would not make the relationship congenial enough for them to learn. Remember, we, the Muslims by birth, are the Ansar, and they, the new Muslim, are the Muhajir. They have migrated into Islam. So therefore, we need to support them, we need to boost their morale, uplift their spirits, and therefore the mentor themselves has to be a very friendly, lively, joyful personality, that you make friends with them, you break the ice with them, become their buddy, become their ansar, become their close confidant, so that they can learn the religion and the basics of it from you. And remember, one of the most important aspects of being a mentor is that it requires patience, because a new Muslim may have a lot of questions, may have a lot of issues, may have a lot of baggage. And if we as the Ansar, if we as their buddy don't have that patience and perseverance to live up to their expectations, then it becomes very difficult. So another prerequisite is patience, perseverance, besides being friendly and courteous and professional to them. The other aspect is that reverts are very different in nature. See, they took the Shahada with the zeal and enthusiasm when somebody was talking to them about da'wah, and they felt like, yes, I want to convert. But after conversion, they may have some second thoughts. They may have certain reservations and things, which might make them a little bit slow to respond. So, as a mentor, we don't need to get disheartened if the reward is not responding to us. If the new Muslim does not respond to our phone calls or emails or text messages, then it's fine. We can be consistent and persistent with them without being too pestering or intimidating to them. But consistency is the key. One of the prerequisites of a mentor is to be consistent. You can't just give up. You can't just say, oh, I tried my best. This person doesn't respond to me. She or he does not want it. So I just want to wrap it up. I surrender. No, you keep trying. You keep trying. Maybe the first few weeks and months, they don't respond that much, or they respond very slow, or they're very shy, not very frank and open. But after a few weeks and after a few months, you see that they become very friendly, very courteous, and you are building a rapport with them. And now you have some kind of a good understanding between the two of you that learning is taking place. Remember, our vital goal is to make the learning process easier for the revert. So don't make it too burden and cumbersome upon them. And that is why it's very important to listen a lot to the revert, to the new Muslim, to their needs, their issues, their problems, and trying to facilitate. We may not be able to solve all their problems, but we can at least facilitate for them to the right resources and guide them to the right places where they can get help for that. Bottom line is that we want them to excel. We want them to become a better Muslim. We want them to grow in Islam. And therefore, you need to take it slowly and easily. Do not overburden the person. And that is why it's very important that we, as the mentor, liaison between the revert and the local masjid community. Because we don't want the revert or the new Muslim just depending on us, one person alone. We want them to have more friends, more Muslims around them, their community, the network, and people. There are other people to pitch in and help them in the learning process itself. And remember, whatever issues they face, we are like their fulcrum or pivot, trying to connect them to the right resources. The imam, maybe for that matter, the masjid management for that matter, the local community, they have some issue, then people can come in and help, whether it's financial issue, whether it's psychological issues, whether it is work-related issues, because the whole purpose of Ansar is to facilitate and support. It's a support system. A lot of the reverts leave the religion and go back again to the old ways because they didn't have a good support system. No moral support, no emotional support, no psychological support, no spiritual support, and no social support. And remember that the revert comes leaving all things behind. Their friends and families are upset. They might even cut them off in relationships because you have left the religion of your forefathers and chosen some new religion. That's why it's very important to provide a good spiritual, emotional support to the revert as a Muslim and as an Ansar and as trying to be their friend. And if they need any help financially, fine, we cannot help them financially. We may not have the resources, but we can guide them to other resources, masajid or Islamic organizations that can help support the revert. Because this is Sadaqah Jariyah. So fundamentally, the bottom line is that we as the mentor psychologically understand that we are their lifeline. We are the support line for that new Muslim. And therefore, we have to go out of our way to be able to reach out to them and provide for them. Once you have this desire and you have this enthusiasm to help someone who's new into Islam, then you will see that yourself, you will have the momentum and the build-up and the desire to help someone. Because this is Sadaqah Jariyah. Like Rasulullah said, that if in a hadith, I paraphrase here, that even if you teach someone one letter, one word, that is Sadaqah Jariyah. So imagine you teach a revert, so many words, so many letters, and all of that is perpetual charity. Sadaqah Jariyah for you in your grave. When you are in your grave, the reward of all of that teaching you did for the new Muslim will come back in the grave. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us. May Allah give us tawfiq to be the best mentors for the reverts out there. And inshallah, in the next episode, we'll continue with this topic. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.